Ahoy, crypto pirates! Welcome to your Discord Syndicate's FN Hangout. I am the captain, your captain, RG to the 3, or otherwise known as, anyway, I won't say it. Mr. 3, Monsieur 3, whatever you want to call me. Yeah. Just don't call me late for dinner or for a pump. That's for sure. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me say hello to the wonderful chat room. Remember, for those of you who may be new or don't understand this or have never been in here before in this stream, this is your stream. It's live. And guess what? It's the only stream on the absolute damn planet that allows you to come in and do your thing here. This is for you to do your thing.
Not anymore.
Huh? Oh. I don't know what that was all about. But no, the streaming link is out there. It's in the chat room. It's on the Twitters. It's in Telegrams. It's everywhere. This is your stream for you to come in and pitch a bitch, support, chat with Hexicans, announce your stream, talk about your thing here in the PulseChain Hexican community. Hold on a second. Whiskey Wednesday started doing this. Oh, we've got some copycaters. Oh, and the DGN Roundtable's doing it too. My friends, my pals over there. Good. Well, I'm glad to see that finally, after 4 years of doing this, some other Hexicans have gotten the cojones to go out and do what I do. We've done it from day one, and I'm still excited about it every time. Opened it up for everyone, and every once in a while, we get some, cool stuff that happens. Usually, no detractors. We've always wanted to debate with people. I've always been known as somebody who can debate fairly and not create a scene. I know enough about the Hex ecosystem to, hold my weight with anybody. And, oops, let me see here. And still no takers. No takers. All right, well, let's go through it. Robert Kelleher, thank you. And thank you for all you do. If you guys haven't seen our TikTok, Captain RG3's TikTok, Robert Kelleher is killing it, crushing it out there. We got some really good interaction. Go check out it if you're a TikToker. Watch our stuff. The Instagram algos are starting to pick us up too. So very cool. We're doing all the social media stuff because we've got a cool team. We've got SJ and everybody else working on this. Thanks, Robert. Kool-Aid, what's up, ahoy pirates? Yes, we've got the Kool-Aid in the chat room. Sandy Beach, my lady, welcome, welcome, welcome. Drix, what's up, homeboy? Drix, photographer, local, OG. Yeah. Melv Tony, thank you for all the updates. eHex running at 008. Bargain prices. PHEX at 1.4. Taking a little dip, taking a little breather this week, it looks like. T-Bird says I can sniff the bull, getting pretty close. It's pretty much here, brah. I mean, I'm seeing Ethereum moves now. We're seeing big Ethereum moves. OTC stuff. So, what's going on with that? Why would we start seeing after Bitcoin moves big, billions are moving every day, billions, and all of a sudden Bitcoin slows down. You don't see the over-the-counter trades. You see Ethereum moving now. Oh, like literally Bitcoin is like silent behind the scenes right now. That would be an interesting concept for everybody to kind of look at. Literally, like the Bitcoin OTC trades have just like vanished, like turned into dust. Like I'm talking $2-3 billion a day a couple weeks ago. Now all of a sudden, last few days, crickets. But we're seeing big Ethereum moves, $50 million moves. Nobody, some pleb in his basement doesn't send $50 million worth of Ethereum over the network. Those are big boys. Those are big boys. All right. Who else is in here? Let's see. Hex Siren, good to see you. Good to see you. Been a while, been a minute, but I've seen you poking around lately. Good to see you. Clint Trons, what's good with you, man? What's good with you? Jonathan Campello, welcome. And who else have we got in here? Oh, Wild SJ appears, but she appeared just single because she is in the green room already, waiting to jump in and start freaking mixing it up and chopping it up with the fellas. Crypto Stylist, what is happening? How you doing out there in the, well, I won't talk to you where you're at, but she's far, far away. Hexican, moving around the planet, spreading the good word in places that we don't really tap. So get them, Stylist, get them. Adam Chadwick, what's happening? Moondog, hey, what's up, Moondog? Moondog was with us, and that's our Moondog, right? That's our Moondog? Yeah, that's our Moondog. Moondog was at the Houston event, helping us out, making things happen, making things happen. Hexicans, if we're coming to your town, or if you have access to places for us to do the presentation, reach out to myself, Black Hexican, or SJ, and we appreciate that. So Moondog, thank you so much for all your help and getting up there and throwing alpha at people. You are a Hexican amongst Hexicans. Thank you so much. Who else? Ash. Yeah, streaming again, man. Got two today. Did some too spooky today, and now we're doing the effing. Always got to do the effing, right? Who else? Anyone new? Hello, Wealth. I like that. Good name. Mr. PulseChain, yo to you. Crypto Butler. I need me a crypto butler. I do. One of these days, I'm going to have me. I think I'm going to have me a butler one day. It sounds cool. Yeah, I want me a butler. Yep. Butler, garçon, give me my soda water, please. Thank you, garçon. Got to come over with the white cloth. That'd be good. Let's see who else. And that's it. And that's pretty much it. Best movie ever. It's hands down my favorite. Hackers. Oh, that was Hackers, the movie. Yeah, I can't remember. Fucking movies, man. I can't. Bing. They don't hit my brain like they used to. Urban Production says, Butler, bring me an orange. I'm Tangang boy now. I ain't nobody's fucking boy. Not me. I am my own man. I always have been. I ain't going to buy into fucking Maxiism. I ain't going to buy into non-Maxiism. I ain't going to buy into scamism. I do my thing. Been doing my thing for 4 fucking years here. And ain't nobody going to try to take it away from me, meme me out of existence or nothing. You're stuck with my dumb ass for 15 years at least, if I make it that long. Now, with the longevity shit, I'm probably going to make it to about 250 years old. That's my minimum, 250. Because if you say any less than that, then you're like a wrecked pleb in the longevity space. Don't say anything less than like 250 years, or else you don't exist in that space. So, again, speaking to the community about who I am, what I do, and why I'm here, my vision is bigger than all of your visions. Sorry, you just don't have the vision that RG3 has. Why? Because I had it first. That means I've been looking further longer than all of you. All of you. Nobody's stood the test of time, stayed here longer than I have. And I don't toot my own horn often, but I'm going to fucking tell you guys who I am, what I am, and what I'm all about, and why I'm here. Because some of you are forgetting, once again, Captain has to bitch slap some of you around a little bit, let you know what's going on. But remember, I'm putting my arm around you, praising you for being a Hexican, and then punch you in the fucking stomach because you deserve it. Some of you. So here's what I want to explain that's going on around here. So we had Monsieur Richard Hart in the early days teaching us, training us letting us learn from his wisdom of crypto. And I'll admit, I was very, 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 very unknowledgeable about how things, tokenomics worked and all of that. Man, I was just dumping money into stuff that my boys told me I should get into. And, you know, hey, it's going to do this and that. Skim through a white paper because I never can fucking read anything all the way through. Like, I can't even read people's texts they send me all the way through. That's how bad my ADHD is. Like, somebody sends me a text, I'm like, okay, answer. I'm like, dude, did you hear what I said? And I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, RG, did you hear what we said? No. Hey, RG, they're laughing at me in the Telegram rooms, SJ and Black Hexicans. Like, RG, did you see that? And I'm like, what did I miss? And it's like, you missed that you missed this. And that's, anyway, but that's me. That's me. But some of you out there have some issues with what was taught to you. See, now I learned from Richard and set my bags up appropriately. I learned from Richard and watched how liquidity was moved and what liquidity actually did, and what it meant to bigger bags, what it meant to sharks and whales and dolphins, and the responsibility of these bigger wallets in the crypto space, because we have plebs that seem to want to just fucking market sell all the time. And I'm talking OG Hexicans. I'm talking guys that I know that are doing stupid things like market selling. When in all actuality, the tools exist for you to create whatever it is that you desire by using the tools, and you don't destroy or wreck or hurt or damage the system. So the tools are there. And Richard taught us about those. And then some of you stopped because Richard went away. So you didn't learn anything else. You didn't learn. Now, I knew that we were loaded with smart people. It wasn't just Richard that was smart. It was a Hexican community that was smart. Everybody who was in here had a little bit more than the rest of everybody out there in crypto. Why? Because we were all looking for something more, and Richard had it, and we extracted it from him, and he willingly gave it to us. So we dug into it, we understood it, and we moved forward with it. And then something happened, a phenomenon happened here. So when Richard left, we had a bunch of new people that really didn't understand what he was saying. Some of them are even influencers today. Really didn't understand what he had said. And then Richard left, and they were left in the dust. They were left on their own to figure this stuff out on their own. So to be safe, they said, well, if Richard didn't say it or do it or make it, I'm just going to fight it. I'm just going to run away from it. I'm just going to say, no, you scammer, you scammer. Yeah. That's what some of you did. And some of you are hiding behind what Richard used to say. Now, here's what I want you guys to all understand. Things have changed in the crypto space since Richard went away. Since Richard hasn't been here, there's been new tools introduced. Hell, the PulseChain came out, and he really just said, hey, look at this thing. It's running. Hey, have at it. He hasn't really even looked or streamed about what he thinks is happening, what's doing. Yeah, he's thrown out a Twitter's hint or two here and there, but he has not deep dived in a stream some alpha on what all this stuff is and what's going on. Richard, remember, Richard's malleable. He changes his worldview. He is emotionally and mentally intelligent. He knows how to debate and talk to people. And when they're wrong, be very harsh with them and let them know they need to change their worldview when they're in a debate with him. But Richard has always been able to adjust when he thinks that he's inaccurate. Not wrong, inaccurate. See, you can be inaccurate and just adjust and adjust your course. I did just that here with all of our teams. We had to adjust course and make sure that we were all going in the right direction and getting things done, getting it done right. So some of you who are extremely intelligent in this community have taken what you learned from Richard, and taken the tools that exist today, and started to move on and do new things and build new things. Now, I ain't saying that all of those things are correct, right, not rug pulls, not scams, not going to work or whatever. But what I'm saying is some of you have done a good job of going out and learning more on your own. Now, when RH comes back, I think you guys are all going to be very, very surprised at how he reacts and starts teaching. Gosh, if our smart guys are learning and creating and developing and being new things, imagine what Richard's coming back with. Imagine. Just imagine what he's learning right now. Imagine what he's thinking he could do right now or developing right now. Just open up your mind for a minute. Imagine the guy who created the greatest crypto and created DeFi, the godfather of DeFi. Imagine what he's doing right now, the things that he's learning, the things that he's putting together. I'm guaranteeing you Richard isn't sitting on his ass not doing anything. He might come back and surprise us all with his looks and what he's done with himself. He's been gone for a while, guys. It's been a long while. A lot can happen in that time. A lot can be learned, especially from a smart motherfucker like him. That is going to be a sight to be seen. I'm excited for that. And I know when he returns, we're all going to be in for a big surprise. And we're going to get to learn a lot too. So I would suggest that some of you start to learn what's going on out there, so that when Richard comes back and he starts speaking at a very high level of what's out there and what's there for you to utilize, you don't want to get left behind. Start watching these smarter guys out here talking, see what they're doing, because you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. This next couple of years is going to be extremely, insanely profitable for a lot of people in crypto. It is. Last thing I would like to address before I start bringing up the guests. I made a tweet today, or I answered a tweet today about another kind of sore subject with me. Like, I've taken the time to get to know a lot of you personally, giving you my phone number. Some of you know where I'm at. You know, there's some relationships that I've built here, and I just don't do that willy-nilly. You've got to be pretty vetted, pretty important for me to bring you around myself or my family or anything. And there's a handful of people that I have done that with and developed relationships with. Some of them are whales, some of them are sharks, some of them are brand new freaking squids, shells, you know, silent shells. Some of you don't understand the history of some of these folks and what they've done for this ecosystem. And you make memes and comments and make ridiculous statements and actually speak lies that you may not even know you're speaking. But for instance, you know, it's no secret that Rackham Rochelle is my friend, personal friend. We know each other well. We've spent a lot of time together. We've gone out and, you know, done activities and things where we've spoke about our own personal lives to one another. I got to know him. I got to know what he was doing in this ecosystem. And I know that he has some challenges with communication and just people. He's got one of those minds, you know, and really good in one area and really, you know, has struggles with other areas. And that didn't do him well in the community, and he had some problems. But here's what I do know about what happened over there. When Hex was bumping, there were whales that were buying in and making the top. You know, everybody thinks, oh, just Richard did it. No. There was some whales in there pumping this thing. And he was one of them. And he made it public. Everybody knew what he was doing. In fact, his wallet addresses and everything all up there. On top of that, it was his company was involved. His company was involved in investing, and they had investors. And let's face it, you don't know what every investor is going to do, want to do, whatever. And so there was a lot of investments made from that company that he was part of, and they helped make the top. You know what I'm saying? So let's not forget that, first of all. On top of that, the top was sacrificed, and that gentleman and his organization had the top sacrifices. So therefore, put a whole lot of value into Monsieur Ricardo's hands. A lot of value. That man's sitting on a lot of value because of some of these whales that did all this. So then the organization, some of the people won out. They didn't like it. Too long for them. Too long of an investment for them. So they got out. And my friend got blamed for it. I watched you guys lambast him all over crypto Twitter. And I still to this day see you guys lambasting him, making fun of him. He's not even around here. And some of you idiots think he is, or think he's dumping on you. He's not. So it's so ridiculous. And then I see even some racist comments being made about some of the statements that he made, some of the people that he was working with, or not necessarily racist, but let's poke fun at a race of folks. If it's, I don't know if it's racist, it's racist. I don't know. I wouldn't like it. There were some business deals that were ruined because of the stuff that was going on out there. Some real business deals. Real business deals that now actually put up the news report of that deal being made with another group, another blockchain. But that's okay. That's okay. We screwed that one up, or we helped screw that up. And I'm not saying it's our fault, but it may have been, his fault for Rackham's fault for actually putting it on Twitter and allowing it to be memed by all of you guys, and then viewed by the people that were working the deal, and then making a mess out of it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is that you guys don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and you guys, you got to realize that the things I say about the community, it's real. You guys are really the marketing arm. Like, you guys really make differences and mean things. And, some of us may be just playing out here, but not everybody is. Not everybody's playing. For some of us, this is serious. To some of us, this means a lot to a lot of people. And I'm not saying take the fun out of it, but I'm saying maybe be a little more thoughtful in what it is you're doing out there. Know the facts before you start spreading bullshit. Like today, I was on a stream with Too Spooky. That man's been raked across the coals. And guess what? He's proven to be somebody who's trustworthy. He is proving himself to be somebody who's trying to help the system. He's proving himself to have been somebody who's been here from the beginning. He is proving himself to be a Hexican, because he was telling the same story we all told. I was sick of crypto, wanted something different. And then, I wanted to do a little meme thing. And then organically it turned into something, and it turned into a marketing team with all these orange guys in it. And I've seen people calling him a scammer. And it's funny because some of you guys are my friends on both sides, and I see you guys fighting with each other. Happened with Gary, with Funny Jim. It's just, I think you guys need to stop for a minute and take a minute. Either shut the fuck up and don't say something about somebody, or get to know them and find out why it is they're doing what they're doing before you blast on it, because it means something. What you guys are doing means something, and it holds weight and it has value. You guys are part of a community that is important to the world. Everybody needs this. And, it's time to straighten up and fly right, because when this bull market comes, it's not going to probably matter a whole bunch. All the memers are going to be able to keep meming and blasting on people, and it won't matter. But what got us where we're at, guys, is not going to get us where we need to go. So anyway, I've got to bring everybody up now. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, it's Tangents Shut the Fuck Up video. I think I was probably the hold on a second. I'm looking. Oh, okay. Oh, that was okay. Yeah. Well, when he gets back in, I'll pull him up. All right, everybody. Again, this is your stream. You can come in here and chat and do whatever it is you want, ask any questions you want, or blast me. You want to blast me? Go ahead. We can chat about that. But for now, I'm going to start bringing up folks. And first, we have somebody I haven't seen before. Yabs, what's happening, bro?
What's up, my man? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is this a new platform of some sort?
No, man. It's a 4-year-old platform.
Okay.
It was a community. We started growing YouTubers from this stream, and
right.
A lot of people have. You got your clothes on, right?
That's fine. I'm sorry. It's like late, and I'm watching tennis, and I've been in this ecosystem for years. I'm a Wall Street guy for 30 years. I have a hedge fund. I've never spoken to anybody. I've been listening to you guys for years. I'm one of these behind the scenes guys, very private, and I've been in Hex and PulseChain, and I'm like a content whore. You know, like I've listened to everything. I've been, like I said, I've been on Wall Street for 30 years. I've transitioned. I find crypto very interesting. I find this community very interesting, but it's hard for me to get out front. Like I envy you guys. You're out there, you know, you're telling people to buy it. It's interesting to me because I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I really envy you guys out there, out in front, telling people like this is, you know, what's good in the world. And I don't know. It's like the fact that I'm talking to you right now. It's funny. I've been listening to you for years. I've been in the background forever. But I will say every dollar I have is in the Richard Hart ecosystem, which is kind of weird. Big fan of PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, and I just never had the gumption to speak. You know, and I bet you there's tons of people like me that are not comfortable. You know what I mean? So I'm just watching tennis, and I just like can't believe you called on me. So I'm like, hey, I've been listening to you for years. You've been an unbelievable facet. Unbelievable. Guys like you are unbelievable. How much you believe in and how much you believe in this and what you've been through and the knocks you take. It's remarkable to me, really.
Wow. Well, thanks, Yabs. I appreciate it because you know, you're why we do this. You know, it's the people that are sitting in the back that are watching that don't have the know-how or the want to do this. You know, hey, click on a link and one day come in and finally say, hey man, I've been here for years.
Right.
You know, part of the system, been part of the system for a long time. And now, hey, just want to say, hey, thanks. You guys have, you know, passed information.
Yeah.
And you being a Wall Street guy, I mean, man,
for 30 years. For 30 years. I've had a hedge fund for 20 years, and I'm so much more interested in cryptocurrency. You cannot believe how hard the learning curve is. It's so different. It's so weird. I'm a stock guy. You know, I was a broker for 8 years, and I have a hedge fund. I still have a hedge fund, but this is so much more interesting to me because it's more fair. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly the thing that guys like you need to validate for us. Because look, man, I didn't even know what, you know, a hedge fund was for 30 years, let alone have one for 20 and be involved. So this is what's important for guys like me to know is, so a guy like you who's been in that industry for so long,
that's right. Now
here you are, you see these things. And here's what I know, Yabs, is that, you know, you and I are of a certain age, and
yes.
You know, there's
54,
nothing.
By the way, you're like I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm 54. You're 57.
I'll be 57 in a few months here.
So we're the two oldest guys. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, hold on, Steph. I'm online actually. I know, but I'm online with somebody. Sorry, I'm sorry, RG.
That's all right. So check this out. So you have an insight that, you know, a lot of people don't. Like, we've got a couple of guys like Wales that are like you that understand Wall Street and what's going on.
Right.
So tell me what this. So you're involved with a lot of people. You got a hedge fund, so you're always talking to clients. what is the sentiment this year? What is going on in Wall Street about crypto? You know, I know it was a bad word a couple years ago. I know people didn't even touch it a couple years ago because I talked to some people like you before.
Great question. It's really a great question.
Now, what are you hearing? Because you're a crypto enthusiast, so you're like probably sitting at lunch talking to some of these clowns.
That's right.
Like, hey man, are you in this crypto thing yet, or what? You know, I can see you're probably doing it. What's going on? What's the sentiment?
First of all, it's a great question. Guys our age are not into crypto. I think you know that it's a younger man's game. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like we're on the older side?
Yeah, I'm just glad I was smarter than most of the young guys.
Yeah. Well, it's just a weird thing. I love crypto. My source of contention is, will it, like you know, how you're so passionate. There are guys like you so passionate. All the guys in the Hex community, I can't believe I envy you guys, because it takes guys like you to push this forward. We know it's better, but will the rest? It's almost like to me, it's like electric cars. I've had electric cars for 7 years. I know they're better, but that doesn't mean it'll win, because marketing matters. So guys like you are so important for getting out there, putting your necks out there and marketing it. I know crypto is great and I love it, but it's just the best product doesn't always win. Does that make sense? It's a marketing thing, because we're in this country specifically, everything's about marketing. So I don't know if we'll win. I just know crypto is better than stocks. I know the currency's better. I know it's more fair. I know people have better lives if they transition. I just don't know if we can win. Does that make sense?
The exact sentiment I have. I know it's better. I know it's nothing new under the sun, and it's just more fair. And it takes all the things that you guys, you Wall Street guys, already know.
Right.
Just puts them in a different form. Like, you know, there is no new grift out there. There is no new product out there. It's just a better, fairer way to build these products. And put them out there. Because now there's no middleman. There's no guy sticking his hand in your pocket while he's trying to whisper in your ear what to do. You know, there's none of that shit going on. Like, you can literally sit down with the code and operate with it as it's supposed to function. So it creates almost if everything was done properly and we didn't have any scammers in crypto, which unfortunately, you know, we have.
That's a big issue. That's a big problem. Is the amount of rug pulls. It's a big problem. The fact that 90% of coins could be made and guys will rug pull for 10,000 or 5,000 or 500,000. It's a big problem.
It is. And we have to safeguard against it. So, like, I don't know if you watched my show Chatting with the Captain, but I did have a guy on the other day here on the show that was actually talking about putting an incubation chamber together where projects can come and be vetted by the community, by vetted community members, and be voted on, and the code can be researched and people can see it, and before they buy it, hey, this is everybody here that's ranked this high said this thing is okay. It's good. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. And that's the things that we need to do in DeFi. We need to take care of our own. We need to put safeguards in place to get rid of this old regime, crypto bullshit, hype guy, you know, and then they need to have organic influencers like myself coming out and getting in front of these projects and these people and exposing who they are, what they're doing. And, you know, not these paid shills, you know, that are out there just the next coin of the week and then brushing under the rug pull they talked about last week.
RG, that to me is the biggest problem is the amount of money and the rug pulls and all that. It's so crypto in its essence, computationally makes so much sense. The lack of printing money, it seems so fair, but the problem is only 2 to 3% of the projects are legitimate. It's almost impossible to go to do research and to invest in the right things, because you're going to get ripped off. If somebody comes into crypto today that's a smart guy, he's going to get rug pulled so many times. He's going to get disenchanted. So like Wall Street, it needs, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry, I had a couple of glasses of wine. I'm a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
They need some validation.
Right.
They were smart. Look, everybody says, oh, they're not getting into crypto. These guys are idiots and they're still in Wall Street. No, guys, guess what? They're not idiots because 90% of the shit is bullshit.
Right.
Therefore, these guys are smart, actually. The Wall Street guys are smart. They've had their hands burned a lot.
That's
a lot
right.
more than all of you guys have. Somebody's been in the Wall Street for 30 years.
It's the most unfair. I'm so sorry to cut you off. It's the most unfair gig there is. It's gotten so lopsided. It's almost impossible for a little guy on Wall Street to make money. I've had a hedge fund for 20 years. It's almost impossible to make money. The bulk of the trades are in, I'd say like the top 2 companies have 80% of Wall Street. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the little guy has no fucking chance on Wall Street.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I like crypto so much because it's fair. You could do the research, and if you're reasonably smart and you pay attention and you're patient and you take your time, you can join a community like this. Community is unbelievable. The fucking Hex community, you guys are unbelievable. Every project's a fucking scam. Not these projects. It's just the thing that's frustrating is, will it get the momentum it deserves? Like, if you look at a project like Hex, it blows my mind how smart it is. It's not that the product's not great. It's the fact that it may not get the proper exposure because you go on the street, there's 75 people. There's probably how many people watching us right now? There's nobody percentage wise. And it kills me. Doesn't that bother you after all these years?
Here's what I know, Yabs.
Okay.
Is that, I've done a lot of hard things in my life. I've done a lot of things. I've had to live under a bridge. I've had to
really
eat ketchup packets for dinner. I've done it.
Ketchup's kind of delicious.
Yeah, not for dinner though. As a first,
not for protein.
But this here has been an absolute pleasure. It's been hard. It's been tough.
Yes.
Taking the scrutiny has been difficult. However, here's one thing I do know, that on the other side of adversity, on the other side of the worst pain you've ever felt, on the other side of wanting to quit, wanting to give up, wanting to not be there anymore, wanting to get comfortable again, wanting to get out of it, that's where victory is. That's where the breakthrough is. That's where the misfits make the difference,
Yes.
And I want to be that guy. I ain't giving up until we break through this son of a bitch. We've got work to do. Yes. And if I can just keep calling out and trying to get better people than myself to get in here and help me charge this fucking hill, then we'll win, because we know we got it better. We got a better product. We got a better crypto. You
do. So there's 2 things I want to say that. Number one is, you were very insightful. You started very early and you've already become wealthy from it. So you have to recognize that 98% of the people that are coming in, they're not going to make the money you did. You were a very early adapter. So you have all the time in the world and you're excitable. You've already made millions of dollars, I'm assuming. The bulk of the people have gotten burned so many times in crypto. And so it's like, we're just trying to get them into something that's viable as opposed to all these rug pulls. That's where the issue is the lack of compliance.
So here's what I know about that situation.
Right.
Yes, it's true. Early adopters
make
out. But early adopters who understand their responsibility to the system, not the people that are dumping at the bottom and all this kind of stuff that we got and all this crap. But a lot of my friends that are, sharks and whales and high dolphins and whatnot, they understand the system and they're using it properly, and they're not planning on dumping, because eventually, look, Bitcoin did a 6 million X, 6 million X.
That's
like
fucking crazy.
You've never seen anything like that in Wall Street ever. I
think it's the best performing asset in the history of the world.
Exactly.
Period. There's never been a better asset.
So to think that a better product in a technology field or whatever you want to call this.
Right.
We would be remiss to say that Hex can't do the same thing or even more when we only have 2 or 3% of the world involved. Now, if we can
Correct.
get 10, 15, 20% of the world involved in crypto, a product like Hex can way outdo 6 million X. So guess what that means? That means that guys like me and all my friends, we are
Right.
paper wealthy beyond belief, and we would never be able to even extract that value from the system. Just like Elon can't sell all of his stock, just like Bezos can't sell all of his stock. It's part of the game. There's going to be people that are on paper wealthier than, anyone, but they can't extract that value.
Right.
And they're just part of the system. That means that everybody coming in today has the opportunity to capitalize on something that only did a 10,000x that is quite possible, quite capable of going beyond 6 million X.
Okay.
That's
so
literally what we're looking at.
So, and just cut me off whenever you want. There's a few things that the problem with crypto is, number one is you can't make, and I'm just playing devil's advocate right now because I have more money in crypto than I have in stocks. I love it. You can't make the argument that you must have it. In other words, the guy down the street and my friends that don't have it and they don't want to worry about it, you can't say it changes their life. There's no point. It's like, how does it change their life? All of my rich friends that don't have crypto, it doesn't matter to them. How is their life different? They're not going out. You're not paying for anything with Bitcoin. Do you understand? So that's one of the issues. You can't prove to me that you have to have it. That's an issue.
So here's how I do prove it to you.
Okay.
I got it for you, Yabs.
No, let's hear it.
So you exist in a world with gentlemen who have money. You exist in a world where somebody can drop 50K on a bullshit call or 100K.
Right.
I don't come from that world, brother. I come from a world where I put my boots on in the dark.
Right.
I took them off in the dark.
Right.
And I've watched my productivity as a worker fucking hockey stick. Like my boss wouldn't give me a raise, but he'd tell me, hey, RG, I got more hours for you. I'll let you work Saturdays to get some more money. And you know what? I got so fucking hungry, and I was such a Pavlov's dog.
Right.
I would take it, man. I took it instead of the raise. I took the extra hours.
Right.
I said, screw my family, screw my back, screw my time, screw my dreams. I'll work for that dollar that this guy's going to give me if I give him some more of my time.
Right.
So that's what happened. I watched my grandfather have a pension. I watched my dad barely get out of this whole blue collar work thing alive. And then I saw myself going into despair, and guys that I worked 30 years with out in the field, humping machines, doing what I was doing, that I saw their wealth just dwindle. I saw their productivity go up and up and up. I saw their wages going down and down and down. I saw inflation going up and up and up.
Yeah, inflation's a huge problem.
And these guys are in despair, brother.
Right.
Despair. Now, if they had a product instead of that fucking 104K or 401K, or whatever they want to call it.
401K.
If they had this instead of that, if we could teach this instead of that, we can save all those brothers. We can help them to have a better financial product that can take them into their retirement years.
Right.
But I unfortunately, it might be too late for a whole bunch of them. Unfortunately.
Right.
But for generations to come, we can change that, because the blue collar worker is done, man. He doesn't have a pot to piss in. He doesn't have a way to retire. So all these kids, when I was trying at the end of my career, I became, the office pogue, the director, the guy that was building the company's division. And I was trying to hire people to do what I did for 30 years. When I got the job, I walked in there and they said, hey, get some boots and go sweep the floors. And then they moved me along the line. And I was glad to do it, because a guy like me, I needed something like that. And man, these kids today, they're just like, no, I want an easy office job that I can go and help manipulate some money or sell some people some shit they don't want, And a lot of these jobs are going away, but they're paying high dollar for them now. So these things, we're trying to preserve some of the workforce out there, but the workforce needs help. It needs something like this. I remember they were running around the companies I was working for selling that quack duck insurance shit. So hey, when you fuck your back up, you're gonna get paid, man. You're gonna get paid. You just put some money in this. All these scams that they fed us. Hey, put it in the 401k, and the fucking oil guys steal our money, and the fucking pharmaceutical companies and all of these other companies screw us over because Wall Street's pumping and dumping shit. And by the time it's time for us to retire, market's down, everything's fucked. We're all screwed, you know. And so that's where Hex comes into play. This is a better play than any investment tool out there for a common guy to come in and dollar cost average himself in. And you know, why wouldn't a company get involved and say, hey, I'll match you. I'll put, 6% of 10% of what you put in, and I'll give you some more Hex for you to go stay or whatever. That's the kind of thing that we can do. That's how we can sell this as it turns into a enterprise product versus just a crypto product, that some of us can get a hold of. And that's going to take time. But first, we have to envision that. We have to envision it. So if we all have that vision, now we can all start driving it that way. Now we can all start talking about it and putting it.
Now I'm just giving you got to remember, I'm a crypto guy. I own more crypto than stocks. I don't love the 4-year cycles because you have to time it perfect or else you're fucked for 3.5 years. So there's a lot of aspects to it that are still make it very difficult. The problem with crypto, and again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I want you to tell me why. Why does somebody have to own it? See, like we make the argument, you and I think we have to own it. But a guy who's a doctor who makes $250,000 a year, who's our age, he doesn't have to own it. He doesn't need it to buy anything. There's nothing he can't buy with cash or credit card. You're saying, like, if anything, it's a 3 to 5% of your portfolio flyer. It's not something you have to buy until I'll give you an example. Until it's a currency where you could pay for things all the time, go to the movies, go to us, and they take specific currencies. Why does somebody have to buy crypto right now?
Well, see, so I just explained why they would want it. So now you've got to so we explained how the working guy would want it, what they would want it. Now let's explain what the professional or the person that doesn't need it would want it. And that's where guys like you come into play, because you guys are salesmen. Because you guys can go sell X's versus percentage points.
You mean you figured out I'm a salesman?
Of course. Of course you are. You got to have fun.
I'm pretty good. I'm a salesman.
Of course you are. I know you. I know what you're doing. And,
we're Hex guys. We're Hex guys.
Yeah, we're Hex guys. But you're a salesman and you're a good one. I can tell. And that's what you would do. You would take it to your customers and you would show them, you would ask them open-ended questions.
Right.
And you would show them, you would lay out all of your percentages on your funds that you have for them. It's like, look, I can get you this percentage here, this percentage here, this percentage here, this percentage here. But check this out. If I just took 10% of your portfolio, okay, let's grab some stuff over here that'll make you happy. All right. But let's just take 10% of it and let's put it over here in this high risk thing. Because guess what? I don't have percentage points over here. I got 4 products that I got this many X here, this many X here, this many X here, and this many X here.
Right.
What part of that 10% you want here? What part of that 10% you want here? What part of that 10% you want here?
Right.
That's what you're going to do. That's how a salesman's going to go at it.
And I appreciate that, RG. Again, I'm a huge proponent of crypto. I think I know where it's important, but you can't make the argument right now that anybody actually needs it. They don't need it to live life. Guys our age.
No, they don't need it.
Right. And there has to become use cases where people actually need to have it for something, whether it's to get to a certain movie theater or only eat in this restaurant, a crypto only restaurant. But right now you can't make the use case where anybody needs it. Nobody's life is different because I don't own crypto. I can't go here. I can't do that. That's the problem, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I think you're right. And we have to, that's the narrative we have to break through. And RA said something here. And RA, as good an answer as that is, it doesn't matter to the people he's talking about. You say, RG, the answer is freedom. Look, check this out, guys. I want you guys all to understand something about money. Everyone says money's not important. Money's not necessary to have a happy life. And I tell you, Money is right up there with
Everything.
oxygen, baby. Because
That's
here's
correct.
the thing: money buys you options. And
That's correct.
options
Freedom.
buy
Gives
you
the freedom.
Those people have freedom. Those people
Right.
that he's talking about, they got freedom already. That's not a word to them. Now,
Right.
when we're talking about money, when we're talking about the use case for money and what's going on with it today, yes, it does. When we talk about blockchain and what blockchain brings to the internet and to interoperability of all of our systems and everything,
Right.
banking systems and all that, yes, there's a whole nother level of freedom that it delivers to us. Speech that's being taken away from us. But again, a doctor, a lawyer, an executive, retired executive from, one of these big Fortune 10 companies, they don't give a fuck about freedom of speech. They got all the freedom of speech they want with their money. They got all the freedom of everything that they want from where they exist. So Yabs is onto something here about, look, those of us who aren't, it looks like we lost him. Those of us who aren't wealthy beyond belief, or who weren't wealthy beyond belief. Thanks. We understand these things to be necessary. Those people, there, Yabs is back. Up, Yabs, and oops.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I lost you for like the last minute. I'm so sorry. Good.
That's okay. So I was just explaining to everybody that those folks, they don't have problems with freedom. They don't have problems. They're not the ones trying to get messages out. These folks are trying to get their tax threshold down. That's what they're trying to get. They want to keep more of their money because they want to keep more of their freedom. They can care less about all this other stuff because they run the narrative. And
but if I were to say to you, RG3, and I'm a crypto guy. I love it. I should stop doing the disclaimers because I'm on your side. If I'm a wealthy guy, explain to me why I need crypto, because you can't say you need it. You could say you like it. It's a hobby. You see its future. It makes sense. I like blockchain. I want to fight against inflation. But a guy who's worth $5 million doesn't need crypto. If he makes 500 grand a year and there's a few $1 million, he's our age, he don't need crypto. He'll never listen to you, ever. And so I think younger people need it because I think things are going to happen economically and shoes are going to fall one by one where they're going to need crypto because I think we're going to have issues with the economy and the dollar. But the average person who's successful, it's hard to make an argument. Nowhere does he go and say, you don't have Bitcoin, you can't get in. You don't have Hex, PulseChain, no, and if I tell somebody you got to buy PulseChain and I show them what I have to do to buy PulseChain, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, that's good because the barrier to entry makes it better for us because when it becomes more popular, it'll only have 1 or 2 zeros. You and I know that. Yeah. But it's so difficult to sell it because nobody's life changes once you open a Coinbase account. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the only and my voice, it goes out to those people who aren't like that, and so I've been speaking to people that aren't those types. It's first of all, it's not my community. It's not where I'm trying to drive to. I'm trying to bring the masses in. I can win by bringing a bigger percentage of people into crypto. But the only narrative that I would really have is that they could be participating in this as a hedge and to help the greater good, becoming part of the crypto ecosystem, diversifying into it and helping others to, achieve financial independence,
that's a big one. See, that's a big one. You could catch a coin, you can catch a Richard Hart project like Hex and you could change your life on $5,000. So to me, that's the reason, but it is a little bit more like a casino than a necessary, something that's not, and so, you're smiling because you've made so much money in Hex. So it's great. Go ahead, you go.
Well, it's the, there isn't, like you said, 90% of the crypto is bullshit, whatever. And when we first got started, those of us who understood what Richard was doing, who said, man, if this guy really does this thing, he's going to go absolutely ballistic.
Yeah, he's a genius. He's ridiculous.
first thing ever that really does well in the crypto space. So yeah, those of us who saw that early, you know, we got it and boom, it did. But to say that, you know, now with Hex 4 years running, doing what it does, when you look at the fundamentals of it, you look at the product that it is, what the market fit is outside of the real world versus the crypto space, you know, it just, it makes sense. It is secure. We know it is. And so, but it's going to take us a while. It's going to take guys like you and guys like me out there speaking this for long periods of time. It's going to take us a while.
Right. And so, and you're 100% right. One of the problems is I'll give you a question. All right. You're a big PulseChain guy. Obviously, you're a Richard Hart guy. So if PulseChain and PulseX does a 100x, and then 2 years later, it goes up to a 300x, you're going to be selling, right? The extreme volatility where if you don't sell and it's down 95% and you got to sit there for several years until the next bull market, that's also kind of difficult. Do you know? So are you in it for the profits? Or are you in it for the technology? Like, to me, the people that don't sell, like if you're staking Hex now, that's fine. But of course you would have been better off selling it at 50 cents. I'm just playing kind of devil's advocate. It's difficult because the down periods are 95% of crypto, and that makes it difficult. It makes it difficult. You got 7 hours. You got 7 hours over the course of 4 years to fucking make a sale. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to time it almost perfectly. All right, I'll wait another 4 years. Whatever. I'll be 97.
No, you're right, and that's the curse and the blessing of crypto.
It is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, and so, you know, and there's our conundrum, you know, there's our catch-22, our issue, you know, and it's like I said, it's going to take a narrative. It's going to take a lot of things. It's going to take easy access. Like you said, hey, to get into PulseChain, you know what you got to do? Like, do you know how many backflips you got to do in order to get into PulseChain?
Oh my God.
And the normal guy that you deal with is like, I ain't going to go through all that to work.
No.
That 90% of it's a scam, and it could go down 90%. And I'm 50 something years old and I got fucking millions already. It's going to be very difficult, but until we can have
and one thing, and RG3, I'm so sorry to cut you off. The other thing is, and by the way, here's what you do. You're going to open up a MetaMask. You're going to back it up with a fucking ledger. You got these seed words, but if there's a fire in that, you know, it's like the thing about stocks is like, if you own a stock, you own a stock. No matter what, you own that stock. It's insured. You go to Schwab, you can show your ID. The fact that you can get hacked in crypto and lose everything makes it very, very difficult. Very few people understand it, how to worry about, you know, how not to get hacked. I got to back up my ledger. I got to have these seed words. I got to keep that in a safe, but I can give some to my mom. In other words, the barrier to entry is too fucking complicated. People aren't, the average person is not that smart. And by the way, you could see, I've been holding back for years. I'm sorry, I'm taking it all on you. I'm a Wall Street guy my whole life. I was a broker for 8 years. I have a hedge fund for 20 years. I love fucking crypto. The problem is it's so difficult. Like, it's such a difficult thing. The fact that you can make 20x, you can have it on MetaMask. You can wake up one day and it's all fucking gone. Are you kidding me? Like, it's all gone. Oh, what happened? Oh, my mother threw out my seed words. She had my bag. It's like, no, it's got to be a situation where it's like, I put in $1 and I can get that dollar back whenever the fuck I want. That's the problem. It's so complicated because in theory, the blockchain and everything's amazing. It's public. You could see everything. It's better than the money system, way better. But when you start to explain to people how you have to buy, you got to buy this little $150 ledger that, you know, you could fit up your ass when you go. I mean, it's so stupid, the whole thing. That's the problem. The technology is phenomenal, but they got to make it easier to own. A guy who's our age, and I know you run into this, isn't going to say, oh, yeah, let me go buy some fucking PulseX on the website. Oh, nice modem you got there, you fucking loser. No, he wants to put his money in the bank. That's the problem.
That is the problem, and that is the issue that I've been talking about, the barrier to entry.
Yes.
And the fact that the two things that scare me about crypto. Everything that I know about DeFi is fucking perfect.
Yes,
like
agreed.
if you can get into this as easy as you can get into a bank account and have it as secure as that, boom, everybody's in it. But we don't have that. So the barrier to entry and the tools to get secure and protect and not screw up, all of that has to be fixed in a way easier for everybody to get it. And the other thing is I'm sorry. So the tools to get it
I want to hear it.
And then the last thing is the fact is, will crypto still be here? Will they try and regulate it out of existence? Will they make it illegal to own? Will they make it, that's the only other thing that I'm not as worried about that as much as I am about the barrier to entry. But those are the only two things that really concern me, that I really want to see, crypto break through. And it's not going to be time and more people coming in and smarter people building better shit.
So I'm going to give you and again, I don't mean to be repetitive. So I've been on Wall Street my whole life. My friends want to do crypto. So here's what you have to do. You have to open an account at Coinbase, got to send them your ID. You got to, I'll go fast because you know where I'm going with this. And then, they open up an account, and then you got to buy this thing called Ethereum or USDC. And then you got to send it to you got to send it to this MetaMask wallet that needs to be backed up by a ledger. And then you have to put this money on what's called a bridge, which gets hacked all the time, by the way. So you may lose everything, but you might not. It takes 30 minutes, so you could go take a shit, do whatever the fuck you want. And then you come back and it's like, oh, your money cleared the bridge. And then you're gonna buy this thing called PulseX or PulseChain, and you're gonna take that PulseChain and you're gonna send it again back to your MetaMask wallet. That again needs to be backed up by a ledger. It's like, you can't talk to guys our age about that. It ain't going to happen. Now, that's why you and I deserve to be rich, because we actually are dumb enough to do that. But the fucking fact is, RG3, let's be honest. I've tried to take this to a lot of people. They're like, dude, can we just go to dinner? I mean, it's like dinner. That's fine. Shrimp, lobster. You know what I'm saying? It's too complicated. You have to, when things that are big in this world, bank accounts, Wall Street, what do? You take a check, you deposit. Oh, here's your account number. You go online with your password, you see your money. This is just too much.
So check this out. So what this space needs is, so we've got these very young developers. They're 20 somethings, 30 something.
Right.
And I'm not saying anything ill about them, but they don't have like the experience and the go through that we've had. We were around when
we've been through a lot.
We've been through a lot.
Yeah.
These kids were raised on the internet.
That's true.
They understand this stuff.
Yes.
A couple of clicks, the stuff you just talked about.
Yes.
To a millennial or a new kid that's 25, 30 years old.
It's a good point.
A couple of clicks to them.
That's right.
But the problem is that they don't own the wealth.
Guys
our age and above own the wealth.
Exactly.
We have the money to put into the system. Now they have the masses and the know-with-all to maybe go through that barrier of entry, but the money is over here. So how long is it going to take for the money to meet the intelligence and the barriers to come down? I mean, have you ever been on Etherscan? Have you ever looked in your MetaMask?
I was on there today.
See your balance and shit.
I'm an idiot. It's ridiculous.
It's stupid. It's like, why would somebody even make something like that? It's like,
and then,
show me a transaction.
RG3, one quick thing. So I tell my friends, you own Bitcoin. Where's the actual money? Well, it's on the blockchain. Great. Where's the blockchain? Can I visit it? Can I pet it? Can I take it out to dinner? No. What happens if I lose this little piece of paper? You're fucked. So I have $1 million on this blockchain. Right. It doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make sense, because you got to remember, people are stupid. Men especially, we're dumb. Tell me what I have to do. If you tell a person I could potentially lose this, if you lose this slip of paper, they're not doing it. Rich people aren't going to do that. Crypto needs to become easier to understand. You try to explain somebody PulseChain and PulseX. I try to explain it. And what, a decentralized exchange? It's like a joke. It's like a joke. But, they trust me. They're like, how much? I'll give you 10 grand if you stop talking. You know what I mean?
And now we have things like, Richard's taken the front ends away and allowed you to
Right,
operate them on your own
right.
machine. Let's talk about that too.
Oh my God. That, by the way, that's such a great comment right there. LPinatas.LC. Yeah, let me put $1 million on that. That's retarded. Come on, dude.
It's
So
not
that's
even a
the
website
problem.
anymore.
That's very funny, by the way, when I click on that thing. And I'll be honest with you, I feel like you're similar. I've listened to enough of your streams. Like, I understand crypto, but I don't understand all of it. Like, I have money I can't get to. I bought EOS years ago. It's locked up. I can't fucking get it. I have money on certain blockchains. I can't get it. And then I listen to guys in our community like RH Max. The guys that are in their 20s, they grew up with this. Maybe you are more adept than I am, but they're so good at it because to them, it's like you and I were playing stickball. You and I had 3 channels and a wire coming out of the TV. Our brains are not adept like theirs are. My son, he's 19. He knows everything because he grew up with this. So I don't know how you feel, but like as well versed as I am comparatively for a 54-year-old fat guy, short and fat, I don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I only know a lot from my age, but I get stuck all the time. I lose money I don't lose a lot of money anymore, but it's easy to lose money, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's easy. I've done it. I've pushed the wrong button, sent the wrong button. I've done this shit.
Yeah,
But
it's crazy.
Here's what I know is needed, Yabs.
Yeah.
Guys like you are needed to communicate with those developer guys to make this all work for everyone. Like, it's like, no, I want you to make it look like this simple, or it has to be this easy to get in.
I could do that.
That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. Like, you need to be out there talking and going, hey, developers, come in here and talk to me. So I can tell you, you come give me your tech and tell me how it works. And I'm going to tell you, fuck you. It's not going to work that way for my people. How would you make it make sense to this guy right here who's got the money? Who's got the
well, think about it. But RG3, think about this. And I'm sorry to cut you off. Every single technology that's big, the first thing they do is we got to make it idiot proof. You have to make technology idiot proof. It can't be difficult to enter. Crypto is too hard to enter. You tell people about, you got to buy I mean, it's fucking comedy, dude. You're laughing because you know it's true. That's why only 1% of the people do it. And that's why it only takes 2% of the people to pump something up 8,000%, because there's nobody in it. The problem with crypto is the barrier to entry is fucking impossible.
You're talking so much truth.
Right. So I've been listening to you guys stream for years. I've never been on a stream. Never. So I had a couple of drinks and I was like, I was watching a test match, and then I didn't notice this format, and you're like, hey, Ray. And I'm like, holy shit, am I on? I should have dieted. And so I've never spoken. It's been years I've been listening, years and years I've been listening to you guys. And it's like, finally, I just want to say, we have to fix the barrier to enter this stuff. It's too complicated. Guys our age that have the money, they're never going to buy blockchain. It's never going to happen. Do you understand? It's too complicated. There's too many levels. Yeah. Do you agree with that?
100.
Exactly.
100. Hey, check this out. Yeah. Before you leave, I have got to get your contact information. You and I have got to talk more.
Wait, my wife just goes, who are you talking to? I go, he's a movie star. Because, you're in that movie. So Seth, you okay? I'm friends with RG3. My wife's here. I've never been on a call like this in my life. Yeah, no, I'll give it. Listen, how do I do, how to see like a tech thing? Should I give it to you now, or do we go, how do I give it to you? Because I want to help you guys a lot.
Yeah, so here's my wife.
This is
give it to him later.
Sorry. Yeah.
Tell her she just, stood in front of, hundreds of people, and thousands will see it.
How many people are watching, by the way?
100 people are watching.
I'm shocked anybody's listening to me at this point. Go ahead.
But no, we're really listening to you because this is real. This is real, and this is real world issues with crypto. So it's important. This is great. This is the kind of conversations that need to be having crypto. Not, hey, look at the chart back here and let me show you what's going to pump. What's your 5 favorite altcoins?
Right.
Bullshit. This is
and
like
everybody's right. So I'm going to just say, so I'm going to do this. I've been on Wall Street since 94. I'm sorry. I love crypto. I love everything about it. I've never said a word. I've sent 2 tweets my entire life. I'm just one of those guys. I just in the background. And so many people are like, why don't you, I love it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm willing to do that. I have to lose weight, obviously, but I'll do it. I'll try with you. I'd love to hook up with you. There's so many issues. You have the contacts. I feel like I can give you very good insight. I was a broker for 8 years. I was a senior vice president at Oppenheimer. I have a hedge fund for 20 some odd years. And, I'm a Wall Street guy, but I like crypto so much better. It's so much more fair, so much more fair. Yeah. So I'm willing to, I would love to get your contact information. I'll come meet you. And I'm willing to, if you guys will have me, do my thing. I think I can help from a sales standpoint,
You can help on just insight, because you come from a world that we want to tap into, that we want to explain this to, that we want to be able to sell to, that we want to be able to show the need, the use case, the want, the need, the desire to hold it, because that's what we need. We need more percentages of people in crypto. We want adoption here. We want adoption.
That's it.
We don't need to keep making better things, and they will come. Let's bring adoption. So let's make the barrier to entry easier so that we can get the real money in here and the need, the want, the desire of those people that you talk to on a daily basis.
Right. That's right.
Because once those people do it, once the lawyers, the doctors, the bankers, those people start coming in, then guess what? All the plebs that put their boots on in the dark are going to be like, well, fuck, I need what the rich guys have too. So I'm going to come in.
Exactly.
And that's how it follows. We're chasing the rich folks all the
time.
And
so RG3, think about it. If I have a hedge fund, I've had a hedge fund since 01. Now it's kind of a weird, it's a niche fund. It's not like I run public money. It's a private fund. But if a guy has to be able to, if I say I want you to buy crypto, I want you to buy Hex. It's like a CD. You could stake it, you get earnings, blah, blah, blah. You could ladder stake it, whatever it is. He's got to be able to do it very simply. He's got to say, oh, great. Where do I send my money? I'll set up a 5-year ladder. And that's it. Once you get into, well, you got to buy this ledger. It's 160, but sometimes it's on sale for 120. You can buy it in green. Or, once you get into the complications, you're going to send your money. But remember, if you lose this and give somebody else your seed words, you can't do that to our age. You can't do that. So it's got to be like, person's got to be able to open up an account like you open up a Charles Schwab account online. You send in a few documents, blah, blah, blah. That's what we need to do, is streamline it. That's all.
Yep. No, I agree. So here's what we're going to do, Yabs. I'm going to, when I pull you down,
tell me.
You're going to stay in the green room. You're not going to do anything. You're going to stay there.
Okay.
I'll shut the stream down after we're done. We got a little more to talk about, but I'll shut the stream down. You just stay there. Don't move. And then after it's over, I'll pull you back up and we'll get you information and you and I will talk some more. Dude, the community is loving you. Like the community, the chat room is going nuts.
If that's actually happening and people are saying they appreciate me, I'll lose my mind because I've always been very apprehensive.
Literally, like one of the statements. Listen to one of the statements. It says, where's that one that I just
hold on, I want my wife to hear this. Steph.
So
listen to what someone in the community is saying about me. Listen to this.
This is
tell her, RG3.
This is real live shit right here, guys. So Robert, one of the guys that actually works for me is in the chat. It says, look how when it's meant to happen that people come into our lives to help make it better. Now, this is a crypto guy, dyed in the wool technology. He does all of my TikToks and all that stuff. This is a young man who knows what he's doing. And he's giving you props for being here and making it real, because
what did he say? What did he say, RG3? I didn't hear you though. I'm sorry.
It's just, you're just making it real. And these people are digging what you're saying because you're
that's so nice.
And
that is so nice. Next time I'll actually, that's very kind.
Yeah. So
I think I'll be a big asset. I really, really do, because I'll be honest with you, Wall Street, I've been doing it for so long. I'm so interested in crypto. I love the Hex community so much. Every community is so scummy. This community is normal. People are so normal. They give a fuck. It's got real utility. It's like everything else. It's like anything that's great in this world is marketed appropriately. This has a real use case. This has a real use case. So we have to figure out how to legitimize it amongst people that are in crypto. So
this is how it gets legitimized, bro, is that guys like you and me are doing this for no money. We're doing this because we want to make things better, because we want to help people, because you see a scummy place that needs to be changed. Like you're like, Wall Street is garbage. This is a fairer way to do it. And this gives everybody a fair chance, but we got to make it easier. We got to make it simpler. We got to make it. So it's conversations like this, real people talking, and not somebody paying us to do so. Like you're not paid to come on here and be the guy that just like, oh, made everybody go, shit, this guy's the fucking real deal. No, this is real shit happening. And that's what
and I got to tell you, I'm getting a few of the comments, and I got to tell you, I'm very moved by this because I'm a little nervous. Typically, once I can let it fly, forget about it. So the people are writing very kind things. I'm going to and my wife knows this. I've been on Wall Street since '94. I've had my own hedge fund since 2001. I'm not interested in it anymore. I'm so interested in crypto. It's such a fair game. So if you can help me, I would love to. Like, I'm excited that we're going to exchange information. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, well, I'm gonna end the stream because nobody else has showed up today. I did have Kool-Aid in, but it looks like he had to roll. I was gonna try and bring him in when we had a chance. But I'm gonna pull you down. Just hang out. You're gonna talk with my producer SJ here in a second. But I'm gonna end it real quick, and then we'll chat and exchange information.
But I just got to say one last thing. I'm finally seeing these comments because I've been nervous and I've been walking around my bedroom, and I see people writing things. We want you, Yabs. All right, Yabbles, because my nickname is Yabbles. All right, Yabbles. I'm seeing these comments, and it makes me feel so good. I can't believe it. So wow, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I've been just remember, I've been in the background of this community for years. I know I've been listening to videos every day while I'm working. So I know all the influencers. I know a lot about this. It's the first time for years and years, like 3 years. Since the first time I've ever had the gumption to go on, because it's difficult. Like you're used to it, but I'm like, I should be confident, but I'm nervous. I'm always a little nervous. Once I'm not nervous, forget about it.
Bro, so everybody matters. Everybody in this community matters. And that's what's important to understand. Everybody has value. Every human being in this thing has value. And it's just, what is that value? You just brought a real human being in here that has a real world issue with what's going on. And that's important, because we talk around these subjects all the time because we don't have somebody just come and say, hey, I've been here for a long time, but nobody knows or gives a fuck about what you guys are doing. Let's fix this so we can make other people want to be in it, and that's important.
I'm reading these comments and I'm like tearing up. I've never had, you have to understand, I'm 54, like guys our age, you're an anomaly. Guys our age, we don't get on I don't get on streams. I don't even know how to do it. I'm shocked that I'm even on the stream. I have like this my forehead looks huge. I am so blown away by the comments. And like I said, when I'm not nervous, I'm going to give you guys, I can really, really help. So I'm telling you,
we're going to make sure of that. I don't let anything slip.
No. It's real. I can really, really help. I can really help. I love crypto. And so, and you're the guy. So, and thank you to the chat, because I'm reading this stuff and I'm very moved by it.
Right on. Well, thank you for that, Yabs. And I'm going to pull you down now, and then I'm going to end the stream, and then just hang out, and we'll grab you in a second here. Okay. All right, my man. Okay. Thanks for coming. All right, everybody. FN Hangout turned into an interview with Yabs. Didn't even know who he was. He just popped in. I mean, I think he's going to be an icon in the community now. I think that having a guy like that who understands what's going on, who understands the other world a lot, is sick of it. Like, check that out. Check out how important that is. Look at, we think of the Wall Street guys like, they think less of us. They don't want to. Look at this guy. He's like, I'm sick of this. I'm done with that shit. I want to change it. I want to go and over here to crypto, but you guys are fucked up, man. You guys need to fix this shit too. So he's got a lot. He just spoke a lot without saying a whole bunch, to be completely honest. I love that, man. I've been around people that talk a whole fucking bunch, but they don't say shit. And I've been around people that don't say much and it means a whole lot. And man, right there, that was pure fucking gold right there. Love it. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. SJ, do you want to come and make some announcements real quick? Do we have any announcements we want to make? Come on in. She probably got all dolled up for everybody tonight, and she didn't get seen. So here she is. She wants to. Look at that.
Yeah, look at it. I'm not in the bus.
You're not in the bus.
I'm not in the bus.
Oh, you're out of town, aren't you?
I am. I'm out of town. Getting some help for my heat sickness, hopefully.
Oh, good. We need that because we don't need you falling out anymore. That's not good. So, what would you like to talk about real quick? I know that I told everybody we got the PulseChain tour is going to be giving away some Tang Talk wireless now. Also, we've got Vegas. Like Vegas is sold out, or do we just have like an event or two left?
The seminar definitely still has some tickets left, and that's going to be one of the best seminars, probably the best seminar we've done so far, for sure.
Yep. And then
I think the brunch on Sunday or Saturday. Saturday's brunch.
We lost all the VIP tickets sold out today. They're all gone. No more VIP tickets. But Vegas still has a couple of spots available for the whole seminar, and that's going to be a badass event. And then we've announced Utah. Utah's coming, so we're going to be going to Utah in April.
April 13th.
April 13th. We'll be in Utah, so we're getting ready for that. And what else?
If you can't make it there in person, PulseChainTour.com/live.
So PulseChainTour.com/live, you're going to be able to, if you can't make it in person, you're going to be able to support and be part of by watching the live stream there.
Yes. And I'm sorry, I just saw Zenith say this. No official tickets for brunch. Just show up if you can. That is correct. I totally forgot. Things didn't work out the way we thought they were going to work out with brunch. So it's going to be one of those, hey, this is where we're at. Come get a table next to us kind of brunch excursions. Gotcha. But it's going to be worth it, y'all. All you can eat crab. What?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Do we have a stream on Monday or next week?
We do have a stream on Monday. I just booked you with AJ.
With AJ.
Yeah. Hold on. Black Sheep helped make that happen.
Oh, AJ. Oh my gosh. Yes. Monday is AJ?
Yeah, Spark.
Guys, you are going to want to be on the stream. AJ is a unique, brilliant human being in the crypto space, and Hexicans need to know who this guy is. This is going to be awesome. I can't believe we're going to do this on Monday. Oh, I'm so excited. Cool. AJ is going to be on. You guys, I'm telling you, this guy's special. This guy is really something special. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming. Have a great one. We see you on Monday. Next week, chatting with the captain. Maybe we'll do something else. Who knows? We might end up somewhere. Thanks, SJ. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Why is Hex better than Bitcoin? Well, first of all, it's the fundamentals of the code. The fundamentals of the code are better than Bitcoin's fundamentals. The inflation model is better than Bitcoin's inflation model. The staking feature is better than a mining feature. It's new tech versus old tech. It's decentralized versus centralized. Yes, all of those things